see the lightning in your eyes.
Performance, quality and value, you know, that's how ECS has come about. I've been an avid surfer my entire life. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford, you know, $800–900 surfboards, and you know, it sort of meant me having to ride second-hand boards or poorly shaped, you know, imported boards. So I wanted to create a marketplace for good quality, you know, design boards, good quality materials at a reasonable price point that most people can afford. Initially by trade I was a carpenter, you know, so I've always been sort of fairly handy. You know, I've always had an eye for detail and following lines and curves and shapes, and being a surfer I knew what worked, so started off shaping my own boards and you know, boards for the kids, and you know, that's how it sort of got into the market there. It's a constant iteration between us and our team. You know, we've got some guys that ride for us, and you know, I want to put the best quality boards and the right shape boards under their feet. You know, they're the guys that are riding the boards, testing it, you know, because I want to create boards for the consumer, for the mass market. So I want to put a board out there that's going to work for most people. I mean, we have a market, you know, the custom board market really is there, and it's a necessity of surfing in the surfing industry, you know, for the high performers. But there's a market out there for the people that aren't super high performance, you know, that are what we call your everyday surfers that want something, you know, it's that fun factor of surfing. It's getting out there, catching waves and putting the smile on your face. So that's what we're about at ECS, is creating boards to increase that fun factor. You know. We've had guys, you know, previously that competed in the, you know, the World Qualifying Series. We've had some junior champions in longboards. We've had former, you know, Australian champions in longboarding. You know, we had, you know, current state title holders in stand-up paddleboarding, and we've even, you know, we've got some stand-up paddleboard riders that are world ranked. Well, so initially we shaped the boards here on the Central Coast, so I shaped the boards all here and do all our R&D testing here, and then we moved to our factory offshore. So all of our products are all Australian-made products, so all our blanks are Bennett Dion blanks from Sydney. We export them to our factory in China, where I've got an Australian shaper that also works for us over there to ensure that quality. And then you know, the board's shaped and glassed and then sent back. So the reason why we can afford to put a good quality board out there at the market at that reasonable price point is basically cutting out the middleman. And that's allowed us to keep the price down for the consumer, because my focus is in the end result with the consumer. I want to make the best quality board at the best possible price. We're continuing to move into the US market, and that's been, you know, very good for us, you know, slowly and, yeah, step by step at a time. So we've launched into the United States with our stand-up paddleboards and some of our, you know, shortboard range as well. So mate, we just hope to continue putting smiles on people's faces, increasing the stake for people.